From WMHS, this is Monticello Today with Michael Comer and Lauren Drake, live from the studio at Monticello High School.
Good morning and welcome to Monticello Today on a Friday morning. I'm Michael. Lauren is out again this morning, but despite what it may look like, I'm not alone this morning. Look who I've convinced to come take a seat at the anchor desk with me this morning.
Good morning, Monticello High School.
He's excited to be here, and don't worry yourselves, this doesn't mean there won't be Turner time. That's still to come later this morning.
Okay, all right.
First, though, we're going to talk about the hoof print that came out yesterday that is more appropriately called the spoof print because it's all satirical in nature, and we have some copies with us this morning. And Dr. Turner, there's an article in here about you.
Yeah, I noticed that, Michael. It definitely is a spoof, I can tell you that.
So you don't gamble on YMCA games?
No, sir, I do not gamble on YMCA
And then this one here is about me being bossy. You don't think that's true either, do you?
Oh, no, I don't know where they got that from, Michael.
All right, well, that is what we have. That's enough small talk. We have some announcements. Turner time is later on, and Thomas has a quick sports report. But right now, we have another installment of Caroline's Corner.
Welcome to Caroline's Corner. I'm Caroline. Today I'm with Marlena Hamilton and Ryan Weathers, both juniors at Monticello, who made All-State Choir this year. So how long have each of you been singing, and what made you want to start singing?
I've been singing for 5 years, I think, and one day in middle school I just decided to sign up, and I just loved doing it, so I never stopped.
I just started singing this year for chorus. I've never sang in a chorus before, but it quickly has consumed my life, and it's been the best thing ever.
So I know each of you made All-State, so tell us a little bit about All-State Choir and some of the requirements that you have to meet in order to make it.
To be able to even audition for All-State Choir, you have to have first made districts. So there's 2 audition processes that you have to go through to get to that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's just about it about all states. You have to be an exceptional singer, and yeah, you have to work really, really hard at it and practice a lot, and spend a lot of time at it.
So are any of you furthering your music career? Because I know we see you, Ryan, a lot with your guitar around the hallways just singing. Is there any, do you want to take it further than high school maybe?
Yeah, absolutely. I want to major in vocal music or music when I go to college, definitely. That's been my plan.
What about you, Marlena?
I don't know about majoring, but I'll probably do a minor.
Dr. Turner has now started to make his way over to his usual set, but before you get to hear from him, I have just one announcement, and then we're going to introduce a new contest we're hosting here at Monticello Today. But I'll start with that announcement. Today during lunch is the last day you will be able to buy a dress from Cinderella's Closet. Stop by the auditorium lobby today during all 3 lunches to pick out a designer dress for just $25. And unless you've been locked in your room for the past month, you undoubtedly are aware that it's prom season. And here at Monticello Today, we are looking for the best and most creative promposal, as I'm told they call it. And there's $50 on the line. Here are the details.
Do you remember this from last year?
While I'm on the topic of prom, I don't have anyone to go with. So I was wondering if Elaine Diggs would go with me. Elaine, will you go with me to prom?
Introducing Monticello Today's Promposal Contest. All you have to do is prompose to your date, put the video on YouTube, and tweet or Facebook the video to MHS TV. The winner receives $50 towards your prom dinner, and your proposal will be shown on Monticello Today.
So it seems easy enough to win that $50 for your prom dinner. The winner will be announced on the Friday before prom, so you must submit all your videos or pictures on or before that Thursday, April 19th. That's it for me this morning. Sports followed by Turner Time is next. Don't go anywhere.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Thomas with your last sports report before spring break, so let's get started. Last night, the girls lacrosse team beat Culpeper 16-7. Sydney Larice scored 5 goals, Summer Larice had 4, Bailey Mincer had 3, and Riley Krause scored 1. Tonight, the girls soccer teams will travel to Rockbridge for their games. JV will play at 4:30 and varsity will follow at 6:30. Also over the break, the boys varsity lacrosse teams will be playing Fauquier away at 7 on Friday. That's all I have for sports today. I hope everyone has a great spring break, and now it's Turner time.
It's Turner time, Dr. Turner time. Fridays go great when you watch Turner time. Now sit back and enjoy the show. Dr. Turner, MHS, let's go. It's Turner time, Dr. Turner time. Fridays go great when you watch Turner time. Now sit back and enjoy the show. Dr. Turner, MHS, let's go.
Good morning again, Monticello. This is Dr. Turner. I'd like to thank the broadcast team for allowing me to get out of my element a little bit today and sit there beside Michael. That's a tough job, a lot harder than just doing Turner time, but I do appreciate it. Have a few things that I wanted to share with you all. And as you know, today is the last day before spring break, so that means a lot of you will be going out of town, maybe just hanging out with friends. And I just want to make sure that you are extra careful. Please keep in mind, don't text and drive. Watch what you're doing. Watch where you go. I want everyone to have a safe and happy break. Okay, it's a well-deserved break. I know you've kind of had an unofficial spring break with all of the days off due to inclement weather, but this is the official spring break, so I want you to really have fun and enjoy yourself, enjoy your friends, and enjoy your family. I want to roll into some of these questions. We actually got a lot of good questions for this particular Turner Time segment, and I'm just going to go through a few. I usually get a lot, but obviously we can't spend the entire time answering questions, but I do want to take a moment to talk about a few. I got one question about the heat in the building from Miss Mead. She seems to always be cold. She probably needs to wear a sweater or coat. But to answer her question, actually, I don't get to really control the heat. It's kind of weird, but the heat and the air is controlled from another building. So we have to kind of deal with it, but I will see what I can do for Miss Mead, see if I can get the heat turned up some. Also, I'm going to answer two questions at once. There's a question about thievery here at the school, and then there's a question about cars being basically vandalized, for lack of better words. That's just not acceptable, and that's something that's not tolerated. And actually, I have to be very, very clear on this. Students who are caught basically doing something to someone's car, that could be a felony very easily. And if you're caught stealing here in the building, depending on, you'll be consequent school in terms of the school, but depending on the price or the cost of the item, it could be a felony, which that's absolutely not something that you want to have on your record. And if you're 18, that's on your record. I mean, you can't hide it. if you're 17 and you wind up not having a court date until you're 18, then it's on your record. So if any of you all are engaging in taking things that don't belong to you here in the building, or if you're even bold enough to go out and do something in someone's car, I'm telling you, stop that now, because that's going to be something that really gets you in trouble, maybe even arrested. So it's just not worth it. So let's not get into that. And the last question was from Miss Marr. She asked me who has been the biggest influence in my life. And you know, at 42 years old, I've obviously worked with a lot of people. I've done a couple of different things. I've been around a lot of people over the last 42 years. But I think probably the person who's had the biggest influence with me, especially with being a man, it's probably been my father. I'm very fortunate. My father is still with me. He'll be 72 in August. But I think now that I'm a father and I work and I have responsibilities, I can look back at what my dad did for me, the sacrifices he made for me. I can remember my father working 3 jobs. One job he went to at 5 in the morning. Sometimes I wouldn't see my dad for a day or two, because by the time he would come back from his first job, I would be at school. He would get ready for his second job, then go do that. Then he would go work a third job. And by the time he got home from his third job, my mom would make me go to sleep so I could get ready for school. And I just think about all the stuff that he did to make things possible for me. I probably would have never been able to go to college if not for my dad and the way he worked and my mom. So that's the person who had the biggest influence on my life, and actually still does. I still ask my dad a lot of questions. That's it for me. Again, I want you all to have a great spring break. Be safe. Have a great Friday, and I'll see you here in about a week.